What's up, boys and girls? Back at the podcast. What do you say, Johnny?
Hey, baby.
Joel, how are you?
Good, man.
All right. Well, I hope everyone's well. It's fun to be back here at Golden Touch Studios, another production of Crow Village.
Crow Village Productions.
Today is Sunday, April 24th. The year is 2022. Whoa.
Date that will live in infamy.
Speaking of weed. Ooh. Speaking of weed. That's how we started. The weed game. The weed game these days is improving slightly.
Yeah.
I was looking at some stuff here on my computer. Basically, I think the price of weed in the traditional market is somewhere right now, on average, about $326 around the country. It fluctuates a little bit.
$326
for an ounce, 28 grams, 1 ounce of marijuana, cannabis, reefer.
Just your standard.
They didn't really poke into high end, low end, but I would imagine it's some of the best weed around, except for in Washington D.C. Shout out to some of the homies there. You know who you are. They excuse me. They're at $5.93. Everybody else is like $250, $350, $280. The boys in D.C. are crushing it.
Yeah. Well, they've got a whole new market there now.
Yeah. Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe.
By the busload.
How about that guy Abbott pushing him back?
Anyway, he's trying.
Yeah, he's doing something. Anyway, like we always say, we hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning in, checking us out. Podcast R. Ewell. Let's see what we got here today. Oh, let's talk about the West Coast Strays. Let's talk about the West Coast Strays. Jesus, they were handsome, man.
Yeah, handsome and powerful.
West Coast Strays are going to play their last show on May 21st at Cook's Corner around noontime.
Yep.
Be some special guests, some alumni. We're bringing in the Wall of Sound. Triliskin Sounds Wizard Kennedy Hobson will be there.
Going to be a cast of thousands.
Yeah. Hopefully Orange County's most handsome man with the best hair will be there with us. Maybe on saxophone, get some other horns going. We're looking forward to it. It'll be a bittersweet thing, but it's going to be fun.
Well, it is going to be bittersweet, and it's going to be a blast. Just about every gig I do that's not with the Strays since we announced, people bring it up.
Yeah.
Why are you guys? What are you doing? Why is this?
Yeah.
And my standard answer is, well, bands break up. That's.
Yeah. We're retiring though.
Yeah.
Well, I don't consider breaking up. I consider retiring. But anyway, neither here nor
there.
Well,
the main thing is that there's no bad blood. We're just,
the key.
Yeah, it's not that somebody did somebody's wife or girlfriend, or it's not even political affiliations, or it has nothing to do other than the fact that clock ran out, the expiration date.
The clock ran out, the expiration date. Everybody's got into other things. The pandemic probably was the nail in that coffin, but that's a whole other podcast. We were scheduled to play the golf course next Friday, but that's not happening. They have some issues there with the amount of people that show up when some of the cooler bands in town. Shout out to my boys in Family Style and the West Coast Strays. We tend to bring too many people to these venues
with pockets full of money
that drink beer and eat food. Yeah. I don't know that I want to slay any of the managers there.
Well, I don't either, because that's been a fantastic gig, and it's been for 5, 6, 7 years, something like that.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's like the West Coast Strays. We I think we were pushing 15 years. Lots of different people, but yeah, it was a great venue. But
yeah, but those things end. I remember the first 2 or 3 times I played there. I just remember saying to somebody, "God, I'm going to hate it when this gig ends."
Yeah,
because they always do. The first you play a gig, it's going to be over. Every band you start is on its way out. It's just life and all that.
Bands, yeah. I remember all the nights at the Marine Room, even when the stage was in the front. So many nights, and we used to get to play Friday and Saturday night. You'd set up for Friday and just walk and walk in Saturday night and your shit's all ready to go. Just turn it on and go. And
Yeah.
it was so much fun there. And then when they moved the stage to the back again, so much fun. 10+ years, maybe more playing there. And then the pandemic came and shut us down, and I haven't been there. I haven't even been there.
Well, I was there last night in Laguna, and I drove past Ocean, and it was probably about 10 o'clock or so, which that sidewalk is teeming with life always on a Friday or Saturday night.
Or a line.
There was nobody in line. There was just nobody in front of the Marine Room, and so it got them too. They had to make changes, and apparently not for the better.
That's a sin. But like we said, all good things come to an end.
Yeah, except Potcast.
Yeah.
We're going to go on till...
Right. What is going on with your boy, Hunter?
Yeah, my boy.
Your boy.
I love him.
You do. Scary photo. Look at that guy. That guy, he's not having... Oh, wait, he doesn't have any pants on either, huh? Is that his butt crack there? Jesus.
I didn't remember what the hell is that thing on his back, that tattoo, and why. He told somebody, I want a bunch of lines painted on my back. I'm sure that made sense to him at the time, right?
Is that a tattoo, or was he in some caning video?
Self-flagellation.
He's atoning for his fucking sins, the cocksucker.
Well, apparently, old Joe, man, just... lying as usual. I don't know anything about his business, and now the New York Post shows that this guy Ed Sherwin, I think his name is.
Is that the mule guy?
Yeah, no, he's a business partner of Hunter. He was there 19 times at the White House. Yeah. Then when he was vice president, and a couple of them met directly with Joe. And then he met with a bunch of his people and just, come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
So I don't know. The interesting thing is that we always end up back at, what is anyone going to do about it?
Nothing.
That's probably right. It's, staring off into space and change the subject to the Dodgers, when you start talking about that. Because
the Easter Bunny will come and just push you away.
Yeah. The turkey that survived will come and chase me. But that's always the question to me. What's going to happen? Is anybody going to do anything? Any of the people that voted for him are going to just...
There's so many that voted for him. Come on.
I know. Are they going to stand up and say, yep, he is who he is, but...
He's not, in my opinion, he's not running the country. I think a lot of stuff, they just feed him and give him ice cream and put him in a room and drag him out and say, here, say this, read this, and go back to your little headquarters and do your thing. I mean, the guy's been corrected so many times. He says one thing and then his press secretary says another. We're going to do this, then, no, that's not what he meant. You know what I mean? The whipping of the people with the from the horses, you know what I mean? And you're going to pay. He calls the guy a stupid son of a bitch, but then reports that, if you work for me and you talk down to somebody or you're disrespectful and demeaning, you're fired. It's all a crock of shit.
Well, it's not his fault, actually, because that's not what Jen Psaki said.
Oh, well,
she said that there are limitations imposed on Biden that have not allowed people to see what his magic is.
Yeah.
I'd love to see what his magic is.
His magic ran out a long time ago. Career politician.
He needs another vial full or another shot of magic.
Corrupt as could be.
Yeah.
But hey, no more mean tweets, bro.
Yeah. No personality over policy. That's and now,
What about the American people? Now we're giving millions of dollars to Ukraine. Doesn't it seem funny that it was like all this stuff was going on in Ukraine like 2015, 2016, 2017, right? Him with his son and all that. And now here we are. We got rid of Trump. Boom, we're right into this war fighting for Ukraine.
Yeah.
I mean, there's smoke and mirrors, man.
Well, it's smoke and mirrors, but it's obvious. You just stand and look at it. Okay, 12 months later, there he goes. He's in there just blowing the place up. They took Crimea, when Barack was in there, and they didn't do anything when Trump was in there. And within 12 months, I guess it took them that long to put all the ducks in a row to go after him.
It's a sad thing.
I
don't. I just. It drains me of energy to think that a lot of people just don't care.
No.
They just march on about their daily lives, not worried about the country, your rights, free speech, having a different opinion than someone and then being canceled. I mean, what's going on with the Timberwolves? We were just talking about this.
The Timberwolf thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
can we pop those pictures, Joel, please? So what's this chick doing?
Yeah, so the Timberwolves, this is the kind of backstory. They're owned by Glenn Taylor, and he has a chicken processing plant. And he had to get rid of 5 million chickens because of the bird flu. 25 million they've had to wipe out chickens in the last couple of weeks.
And these girls are mad because of that?
Yeah, and so because he owns that, so they're animal rights activists and everything. And so they show up at the playoff games, and I don't. You wonder what they're thinking. This woman, the woman that's on the ground right there, she's trying to glue her wrist to the floor.
Fucking moron.
And so, to what end? So,
what's this other chick doing over here?
She tied herself to the basket.
Is that
the
a
post.
chain?
Yeah, she chained herself. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And so,
please, Joel, take it down.
And it's more.
It's disturbing.
Well, it's more comic relief, I just love the woman just gluing herself. For one thing, glue, we all know where glue comes from, right? Frau Blucher, where it used to come from. And yet she's gluing herself. It's just hilarity ensues,
Yeah, do your research, people, before you get involved in
the last one that happened last night, there was a woman that she ran onto the court. And there's no mercy for people to run onto the field, the court anymore.
Tackled.
Oh man, you just get hammered. Whoever's there, they've got carte blanche to lay you out.
Boom.
And she got laid out. Yeah, because you never know. They might seem docile, but who knows what they have in their pocket? And you're playing for the NBA, or you're the right field for the Angels, or
they're gonna prick you with something.
Yeah. And,
spit on you.
And, it helps their cause, though, because now people aren't going to eat chicken.
Right.
I mean, they see that, and we're just going to stop doing that. But
we're stopping at Cane's on the way home.
So, yeah, that's a...
Maybe we'll go to Chick-fil-A. Have some chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah.
We want chicken.
They sell chicken cordon bleu?
No. I like chicken cordon bleu.
I'm not
I was just trying to roll with some chicken jokes there.
Yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of Chick-fil-A as far as their food goes. Anyway, I don't know.
Their sandwich, the bun, the sandwich, and the pickle, old school.
Yeah?
It's just a sandwich, yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I was expecting more or something because of the billboards with "Eat More Chicken" and they're they need to be stopped because they're threatening democracy. That's
Everyone's a threat to democracy except for them.
Yeah, right.
Elon Musk is now building a racist company. Tesla's a racist company. Verbatim, across the line. That's another thing, too. When you do any type of, I don't know, let's say research, but you watch a bunch of these newscasts the same week, they're all spitting verbatim words.
Weird.
It's beyond
the
weird.
Memo. They got the memo.
It's beyond weird.
It is.
They're all saying the exact same thing. When it comes to these issues or points, literally, somebody went, all right, John, you and Richie are on in 5 minutes. Here's your fucking script.
Yeah.
Stick to it. You can work around it a little bit, but these fucking words
have to be said in this order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Verbatim.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's obvious too what they're doing, so it
anyway.
Yeah.
We'll move swiftly from the Timberwolves and gluing and chaining ourselves to the floor and the basket.
Well, one of the things we wanted to talk about, and we could go on for 3 days about vaccines and COVID and like that, but I think that's people are can't take it anymore.
Thank you for reminding me when you're done.
So the airlines are going to refund money for people who don't want to fly because people aren't wearing a mask. And you've said this many times, think. So it doesn't matter that it's the cleanest place you can be. The air is recirculated. Everybody knows that. Your mask, you've got 5 booster shots. You've got every protection you can have. And yet there are people that are doing that. And it's just what we're saying, okay, take the money you save you get back from the ticket and buy a few extra sessions of analysis.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Well, I told you what I would do.
What was that, Richie?
Well, like you said, you have to wear a mask at LAX.
Right.
I wouldn't fucking fly out of LAX. I'd
Another,
pay the extra $60, $100 to fly out of Orange County.
Yeah.
Or I'd drive south to San Diego.
Yeah.
Or maybe Long Beach.
Yeah.
Or even, what's that? Ontario has an airport. I was there once. It's like fucking Kansas.
I
but
know.
hey,
Or Long Beach, yeah.
if you don't have to wear the mask. And again, look, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask.
Yeah. And
It should be your choice to wear a mask, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you a quick story. My son, shout out to P, has had some issues with his health the last 4 or 5 years. And they really weren't sure exactly what was up. First, it was a THC issue. Then it was his pancreas. And, they've done all these crazy tests, and they really can't come up with anything. So, unfortunately, it happens at least once a year. I have to take him to the emergency room. He's home and fine and doing well and happily back in his little world of psilocybin, THC, and video games. But I love you, son. I had to go to the emergency room. Wakes me up. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I just throw some clothes on. We ride over to the emergency room. Now, I had been in the emergency room during COVID twice. You would be allowed to go in and check them in, and you had to wait outside. Once they got a room in the emergency room, you were allowed to go into the room with your child, or your person, or whoever you're with. Instantly, the guard says something to me about a vaccine card. And I'm really not paying attention because it's super early, and I'm worried about Parker, and it just, whatever's. So Parker's sitting there. I go around the front from the emergency to the front office, the front of the hospital. Walk right in with my driver's license, no problem. Go downstairs, have breakfast. Breakfast is cheap there. Food's cheap. They're not bad food. I go back upstairs. He's kind of still sitting there. I go back outside for a little while. I go back in. Now he's in a room. I said to the guard, "Hey, what happened to my son?" He goes, they got him in a room. I go, "Okay, I can go in now, right?" He goes, No. You don't have a vaccine card. Unless you go get a COVID test, you can't come in.
Jeez.
I'm like, wait a second. I've been in this hospital 3 times in the last 2 years. These weren't the rules. COVID is like less than what it was now. You know what I mean? It's less now than what it was then. And you're not going to let me in to see him. I said, "Do you have kids?" I said, "Yeah, he may be 6'3", but he's still my son." You know what I mean? Like, and I want to go in and see him. And he's like, "No," right? And I'm like, "Listen, I know you're doing your job, and I appreciate that." I said, "I want your supervisor, please." Here comes some other security guy, not his supervisor.
Yeah, right.
Because I met the supervisor later that day. And he says to me, "Unless you go get a COVID test or you have a vaccination card, you can't get in." Now, at that point, I had talked to you that morning on the phone.
Right.
I went Philly on the guy. You know what I mean? Both of them. I'm like, "You guys got to be fucking kidding me. You're not going to let me in to see my son." He's like, "Unless you have this or unless you have that, you have to comply. These are the rules." Points to a sign. I looked at him. I said, "Fucking COVID's over." And some nurse in the background goes, "Woo! Fucking COVID." She didn't say fuck. She was like, "COVID's over." I'm like, come on. Like, it's not what it was. I mean, deaths, cases. You're fucking just stripping us of freedoms and scaring people, in my opinion.
Scaring people.
In my opinion.
That's the key.
In my opinion, you're scaring people, okay? I'm not scared. I had to go take a fucking COVID test, and I don't mind doing that because I wanted to see my son and not hurt anybody or, get any confrontation. It was a sweet old lady at the front desk who wound up, talking me off the ledge so I could go in and see my son. But, I just... they're trying to hold on to this COVID thing as long as they can.
Well, and it's all the arbitrary crap. Only LAX you got to wear a mask, and they're making rules up as they go. Again, it's people that do a job, running a bar or doing this, and they want them to make decisions about health.
Yeah.
And that's not their deal. The golf course knows how to make the golf course nice, not how to keep people protected from COVID, right. Especially when it changes every five 5 minutes.
Right, it's been 2 years.
You talk about squirrel.
2 weeks to slow the curve.
Right.
Fauci's out of the news. Haven't seen him. We never did see Bill Gates the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Not one fucking statement from that guy ever. He was supposed to be the expert.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Epstein. That's why you don't. That's why
but I don't. I mean, we've said that before, but
Yeah.
deep down inside, like if you're preaching fucking vaccinations and you're preaching, pandemics and what's going to happen and the next thing that's going to be. I mean, if it was Alex Jones, he'd have been right out there going, "Listen," you know what I mean? Like, there's just so much bullshit that, they'll find out later in life. Hopefully we'll be around. Because I want to look at people and go, see, I told you were fucking.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with
you were not using your fucking brain.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the virus anymore. That's rearview mirror stuff. I look every day and see hospitalizations in Orange County, and there were 40 people in the hospital and 12 people last week in ICU, and out of a county of 3 million, if that's even what they were in there for.
Oh, I know. They tagged that shit on.
Yeah, so the fake doctor in L.A. County, the director of health, Barbara Ferrer, was on talking about, and somebody asked.
She's like Dr. Biden.
I know she looks like she's got that really weird gray perm and looks like a crypt keeper. Actually, she's not a doctor, but she finally got somebody, and CNN of all places.
Oh, CNN.
Yeah, of all places.
They're having a going out of life sale.
Held her feet to the fire, and she just ended up throwing one of the county supervisors under the bus. It was pretty hilarious because people like her, when they do the press conferences, you don't question them, and if you do, you never get called on again. So anyway,
yeah, cancel culture.
Yeah.
Speaking of cancel culture, what's the show with Giuliani was on?
The singer, the hidden singer,
the
masked singer.
The masked singer.
I don't watch it, but
right. So
there he is.
I saw something on this, and apparently, everybody was stumped. I don't know who the judges are. I don't watch the stupid shit. I kind of was a fan of the doctor there, and Giuliani, as much as even though. He's all about fighting crime and all that other stuff. He was the mayor's mayor. He did a lot fighting. Fighting crime, making New York a better place. Look, if you don't agree with him, because he was friends with Trump, come on.
Again, yeah.
Prior to that, he's like Trump. There's pictures of everybody with him. Everybody loved him until he inserted himself and had an opinion that was different than yours. Remember that. But anyway, apparently, when he unmasked himself, like you can see the crowd and the faces. A lot of just people going, "Oh my fucking!" Like looking at each other, right? And what's his name? The doctor. What's his name? The Asian guy. He's really a doctor.
Oh, bring the picture back up.
I can't think of his name. Yeah, that guy.
I can't either.
Yeah, because
he's funny.
He's funny as hell.
Yeah.
But he's not funny anymore. Walked off the show.
Triggered.
Walked off the show.
How can he stay on? Heart palpitations.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. He's stupid and gone. You know what's really stupid? How about this fucking Johnny Depp thing?
Oh, man. It just the gift that keeps on giving, right?
Who are their attorneys? Shout out to Manus McGettigan. My stepfather was a trial attorney. And some things, just are instilled. You know what I mean? When you're asked a question, you give like a one-word answer. Or you say yes or no. You don't fucking elaborate on your day, what happened, what color, the dress. It doesn't fucking matter. Answer the question as simply and precisely as you can. These people are fucking rambling on like it was a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the beast when they're an actor,
Do we got a picture of Johnny Depp and his
Yeah,
girl?
we just had it up there.
Oh, no, I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There he is.
Yeah, he was happy then. Apparently, she took a steaming shit on his side of the bed in an argument. I swear to God. She took, and then she tried to say it was the dog's. It was the dog shit. And Johnny's like, well, I looked over and it was human fecal matter. The way he says shit. But anyway,
That's good. That's good. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's-
You know, they slap. She says, "I slapped you. I didn't punch you." Like, your attorney should have been, "Oh, Your Honor, nothing.
it's so interesting because I didn't know too much about her, but I remember a movie. She was in that. What was that movie with the guy that I always lose his name. He's
Give me a hint.
Coppola, and he won the Academy Award.
Oh,
for,
De Niro.
No, for leaving Las Vegas. He makes a million movies, and he's like very famous. And it was in the
Bruce Willis.
We'll edit this part out. It's an old timers thing. Anyway, she was in a movie that.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, there you go. God, what is the problem?
I was
with
doing my
Nicolas
best to
Cage?
get in that brain of yours, but there's this big.
She was
thing
in a movie with him where he came back from the dead trying to save somebody, right?
Uh-huh.
And she was really good and hot as can be, and seemed like a pretty normal person. And now she's shitting in the bed.
Yeah.
You just never know.
The conversations that were coming out, he's like, he's like, I could think of better things to do with your throat than strangle it, like, or something to that nature, or. I mean, they're just, and all this stuff's bubbling out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
They're crazy fucking Hollywood lives,
Well, they're just a train wreck, but there's a whole ton of money involved, and that's what the whole thing, I'm sure, is coming down to. As Depp has made hundreds of millions of dollars. I heard somewhere with over the course was close to 600 because he had a piece of some of
he was
the
canceled
movies
by Disney.
Yeah, well, he had a piece of the movies, and he made his, that's where Jack Nicholson made all his money was Batman.
Yeah.
He got a piece of that, and that movie.
You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Never really made any money because of Jack. So that's how we got those courtside tickets, I guess.
Chief, you sly son of a bitch.
Don't hear from him. He's probably going to go the Sean Connery and Gene Hackman way and retire and not do any more movies, I would think.
It's been a minute since he's done anything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, he's probably 80.
One of my favorites. One of my favorites.
Yeah, Jack is a good one. So
it's one. De Niro used to be one of mine, but I can't deal with him or Whoopi anymore. I'm just blown away by these people.
Yeah,
I was watching Batman, the new Batman, last night, and you've got these people, and I love the action movies. You've got these people that hate guns, the violence, the hate, the mass shootings, but they're all making money off of it.
I know.
Like in the middle of Batman, there's like this dude who triggered a bomb that flooded the city. And then there's all these shooters dressed like him, ready to kill. They're talking to each other on the internet. Like, not only are you telling people what to fucking do, you're glorifying it. You know what I mean? Like, anyway,
I think there's a word for that. What is that?
Hey, I helped you out with fucking.
What's the
Nicolas
word for
Cage.
it? Starts with an H.
Hippo.
That's it. Hippos. That's what it is. They're hippos.
Hypocrites.
They're hypocrites. They're hippos.
So,
just real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing about, because you're a Philly boy, so we were talking about the mask. Philly did their indoor mask, and it lasted for 4 days. And I'm wondering because they said, well, the cases went down. So in 4 days, it takes 2 weeks to see if the cases are doing anything, and people go to the hospital. It took 4 days, and they rescinded it. It turns out nobody was going into Philly to spend money, and it only took them 4 days to find that out.
That's the way it's going to be.
I thought that was a pretty good one. Market took a dump on Friday,
big time.
so all your investments, man. I hope they're okay.
They're in my pocket or under the mattress.
1,000 points.
Or I've bought guitars or guns, so when I die, my son can just have everything or sell whatever's left.
Yeah. Any shameless plugs for you?
It's not a shit. Yes, several shameless plugs. Please, like and subscribe to us here. You know what I mean? I'd like to give a shout out to Joel. Who's been working really hard, running the controls
there
right
he
there.
is. There he is.
That's our man in Amsterdam right there. Here at our super, super secret location. Golden Touch Studios, a Crow Village production. May 1st, the West Coast Strays are doing an event at the Swallows Inn in San Juan Capistrano to celebrate and make awareness breast cancer, and a breast cancer survivor and survivors. Raffle prizes. We're actually, I don't know if you know this or not yet, but we're performing as Richie and the Nipples.
Richie and the Nipples.
Yeah, so you're one of the Nipples.
Well, I was in a band called Butt Muscle once, so I'm fine with that.
Wow. Hey, listen, write that shit down. I didn't know nothing about that. Yeah, it's going to be a great event. It starts around 1 o'clock. I know it's a Sunday. It's a fun day. Raffle prize is 50-50. It's a 65-inch TV being given away. Cali Lotus and Blem have given us a nice big basket of marijuana to give away. There's going to be hats and T-shirts for sale and stickers, and I got us some pink wear. I got some stuff. We're going to have some fun with it. Shout out to Kathy Simpson, family, friend. She's like a sister to me. Was going through it. Everybody, everybody thinks and knows that cancer sucks and fuck cancer. So we're just trying to bring a little light, have some fun, play some music.
Yeah, there will be fun. Fun is always had at Swallows.
Yeah, shout out to Swallows Inn, Gunny, Cal, best staff NCO any guy ever knew. I think we covered just about everything.
And that's an afternoon gig, right?
It is an afternoon gig, 2 o'clock.
2 to 6. Yeah, 2 to 6-ish.
Yeah. Shout out to my team, the girls, my mom, my sister, Michelle and Cece, Miss Connie Ray. I know Karen's helping out. Everybody's helping out. We love you guys, and we appreciate your hard work there. I do. The band was going to play. She was finishing her radiation treatments. Said, you know what, let's do something. You know what I mean? We're going to hang up some bras inside the Swallows. If you bring a bra and you're a breast cancer survivor and you want to hang it up, we're also going to have you sign your bra, and we're going to raffle something off. We're going to pull bras out of a hat. It's going to be a real save the tatas kind of day. So please, if you're in the area and you can make it, we'd really love to see you there. All right?
I think we have another podcast coming in, so
that's right.
We got to go.
That's right. Yeah, it's a busy studio these days. Shout out to the boys from Smokers Choice LA and this hard-working team right here. Remember, boys and girls, it's nice to be important, but it's way more important to be nice. Life is short. You got to hustle hard. Live and love like you mean it, and never trust a living ass. We'll see you at a saloon, a podcast, a golf course, a gun range, a stage, sometime real soon. Peace and much love.